G'day, fellas, and welcome to Game 19 of Outback Octagon 4. It's been a long time. It's been a hotly requested map. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sand Reef. It's back. Oh, man. I love this map. I love this map. I've got so many memories, so many good memories on this map. If I had to pick one, I would say it was... Gosh, look at all these kings coming in right here. Boy, oh boy. We got ourselves a party in the US. I mean, the party in the middle of the map. If I had to pick one, it would be the death drop that came in through this stealth forest. I mean, it's not really a stealth forest. It's kind of like a stealth kelp field. And, well, yes, the rest was history. I think it was Demu, and I think the dropper was Puppy Paw. That's what I want to say. Or it might have been Puppy Paw and Demu was the dropper. One of the two. I think it was those two guys. Anyway, let's get into it because we've got ourselves... we got ourselves trouble in paradise. Core trying his best to keep this king in. He does the wall. Is he baiting him around? What's he doing right there? Why did he do that? What was so special about this? Was he just trying to delay it? Maybe, perhaps. Anyway, it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. Look at this. We got three kings. What are you? The three kinks? The three kinks. The three kings. I mean, also three kings. It's 2025. You're allowed to have as many as you like. No one's going to shame you. Except for the feet. That's kind of weird. Anyway, let's get into it and introduce our players for the game. Ladies and gentlemen, spawning in the north of the map in the color pink, playing as the Byzantines. It's Sass. And on the west side of the map in the color blue, playing as the Rus. It's Avali. To his south in the color red, playing as the Mongols. Representing Team M8, it's Eliona. To his south in the color light blue, cyan, teal, it's CSO on Jeanne d'Arc. In the east of the map, in the color purple, playing as the French, it's Numadan. And to his slight west, in the color orange, playing as the Ottomans, it's Kiljadi. And our final two for today, spawning in the middle of the map in the color yellow, playing as the Tughlag Dynasty. It's Core7525 on Discord for coaching. And his nearest opponent, playing as the Knights Templar. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Team 3D, it's B. Welcome to a caster game. Welcome to Sand Reef and welcome to Outback Octagon 4. It is so great to have your company here today as we watch 8 of the best players in the world fight it out on a beautiful map. Such a lovely map. I love this one. There's so many good plays on this map, so many great positions, so many epic fights that we've witnessed here. It's a big map, or at least it feels that way. I think the reason why it feels so big is because you've got this water in the map, and it basically says, hey, you can't park here, bro. And because you're not allowed to park in the water, you have to park somewhere else on land. And so naturally, there's only so much land that goes around, and a lot of that land is towards the edge of the map. It's a little bit like a donut, just with the middle still available. So probably that's not a good analogy. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. If you would like to not see the scoreboard for some reason, look away from your screen right now. Let's take a look and see what we've got over here. Okay, so in this game, we've got a couple of big dog players. We've got Avali, who's playing in this game. He's on 17 points. We've also got Core, who's on 15 points. We've got Kiljadi, who's down on 11 points. And who else have we got? We've got CSO. He's on 5 points. Then we've got some players that are over on the right-hand side as well. And now, you might be thinking to yourself, Drongo, why are you skipping over those guys who are on the right side? Well, that's because they wouldn't be making it through to the semifinals, because it's only the top 16 who make it through to the semifinals. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's fortunate that we managed to find it, because we've got ourselves... Oh, he gets the juke in. The Phil's trying to make it. I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, go, get him, dodge, dip, dive, duck, dodge, spin around, do a backflip, do a kick, get some walls up, do something, make it stop, somebody please. Villager's gone down, but I don't think it really matters, because in the end there's only one guy out of this fight that matters, and it's the guy with the crown, the guy running away, the guy with 4 health. He's healing, but the daggers are in the back. Ladies and gentlemen, good night, sweet prince, as Kiljadi goes down. And all of a sudden, Numadan says, hey, I'm looking pretty good here. I'm looking all right. Welcome to Outback Octagon 4, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I'm glad we caught that. That could have been bad. Anybody else want some early Dark Age action? So one of the reasons why we don't talk about those guys on the right is because they are just guys that just aren't on the left yet. What do I mean by that? Well, you see, in the last week of Outback Octagon, or like I should say like the previous week, we saw Core go from 0 points to 15 points in a single game. It's absolutely possible that any guy that's on the right can easily slingshot themselves into the top 16. And a game like this is a great example of it. We've seen Numadan, who's already doing relatively well on the points, if I remember correctly. Is he actually doing well on the points? Well, he's doing well on the points now, that's for sure. Because he's not only on the board in the sense that he's gotten a kill, he's also on the board in the sense that that was first blood. And on top of that, he's now given himself isolation, so he doesn't have a near neighbor that he's going to get caught into a long battle with. And on top of that, he's also got an extra 50 pop. We haven't picked our favorites just yet, but we just found one. Ladies and gentlemen, our favorite for this game is absolutely going to be Numadan here on the French. And who do we think is going to be the first knocked out? I hate that it's the Tughlag, but I think it might have to be Core. I mean, we know it's going to be either Core or... Actually, it's probably going to be B. Why is it going to be B? It's going to be B because he's only got one landmark, dude. And it's just like... There's nothing that you could do. Like, you could run the king to the transport ship. It's fine. I'll just kill your town center. I don't care. Go for it. So it's very awkward. So we know it's going to be one of these two. There's no way. I mean, it could also be like Ilyona as well, because sometimes you get like Core and B. They won't have like necessarily a non-aggression pact because those aren't legal, but they just might not attack each other. And then like, you know, we may see castle ages come around and then all the lances are out and then Ilyona, one thing leads to another, and all of a sudden Ilyona and Core are caught in the bed together, and CSO's wondering why he didn't get an invite. It's always a good question. Why didn't CSO get an invite? Anyway, age up starting to come through. School of Cavalry on the east side. Let's check in on the north and see how we're doing. Grand Winery coming up here for Sass. It's looking pretty good, pretty juicy. Nothing just through at the moment yet for Averly. Taking his time, biding his time. What's going on here? Oh, Averly's water booming, that's why. So it's definitely going to take some time for him to come online. How many docks is he on? He's only on the one dock for the moment. Now, Rus are actually quite good on this map because of the fishing. Fishing here is not particularly strong, just because you're very far away and there's not a whole lot of deep sea fish. And wait, why is this shoreline fish? Look, there is some deep water fish out here. It's just that there's shoreline fish mixed in with it. So we've just got deep sea shoreline fish. Okay, we got action already early on here, ladies and gentlemen, as Core is now looking to take some stone away. And this is always a little bit of trouble because, well, now you've made an enemy. You've killed a villager. And now, you know, B, he's like an elephant. Even though he doesn't have the elephants, he's like an elephant in that he never forgets. Look at this beautiful little elephant, by the way. I like that it's standing next to the... It's standing next to the stone and it's got stone in the back. I never noticed that little detail. I'm assuming if you've got an elephant that's standing next to a wood line, does it have wood in the back? It probably would, right? Yep, you see what I did there? Very cool indeed. Let's check in on that south side. Jeanne d'Arc, together with the scout, looking to siege down this dock. We've got a lot of people fishing out on the south. Now, who is fishing and who's not fishing? So, Sass, up towards the north, not fishing. Doesn't want to fish. Doesn't need to fish. Doesn't feel like fishing. On the east, we've got no fishing coming out from Numadan. He doesn't need to fish. He's got 250 pop. He's fine. Then everybody else is fishing in this game, which is definitely a smart move. But now, the siege begins. You can hear as the music changes. The healer elephant comes out. Oh, that's interesting, actually. Core's at a good distance here where he could go for a healing elephant rush. We've seen this work effectively in the past. We've seen people like Beastie do some decent damage with it. And now, towards the south side, you know, we can see this party between CSO together with Ilyona. It leaves some that are just very happily chilling out. Averly, also in a very good spot. So I think there are probably 3 players in this game that have got the most favorable positions. Sass, Averly, together with Numadan. We're going to go with Numadan just because he's got the early kill. Also got the second TC coming down. How many TCs does he go into? I think 2 TCs is probably fine. Though this is a water map, so there's probably even an argument you could do 3, just because people are going to be a little bit slower out of the gate. We are seeing second TC in the north of the map as well, coming through for Sass. Now, how are we doing down here over on the west side? Checking in once again with Averly. Looks like it's probably just going to be a fast castle. That's quite a few vills here, 6 vills on gold. He could also just be looking to purchase. So we'll keep an eye out on that at the Golden Gate. Towards the south, Deerstone's coming up. School of Cavalry down here as well. We've got a lot of French in this game. Keep that in mind. We've got 3 French civilizations, or at least 2 variants and 1 French. Though, look, the KT, they cop a lot of flack, but they're not really a variant, are they? You know, this is as far away from any civilization that you can really get. It is a whole different civ. But now the elephant's starting to come out. Healer elephants working in tandem with the raider elephants. Taking a little bit of damage. You got to worry about these spear numbers. As these spear numbers build up, it will become a little bit more difficult. Don't be surprised if we see an archery range added in. There's the archery range right now, actually, being added in. And what's interesting is there food on the back? I mean, there is food, but I don't think the buckets have changed. I think the aesthetic remains the same. So do not fret. Okay, he does go the 3rd TC. Yeah, I think this is probably the right call going the 3rd TC, especially as French on this map. Like, he's going to be shitting villagers, dude. Like, he will be absolutely crushing villager count by, like, the 15th minute. He'll be at 100 vills. Probably not 100. Oh, maybe 100. I mean, we can even math it out right now. 3 times 20. Well, it's not 3 times 20. It's 3 times 15, isn't it? Because these are 15 seconds. 17 seconds a pop right here. So, yeah, he's definitely making vills. He's making them quickly. Look at the amount of infrastructure that's coming up right now for B on the defense. He's a little bit fearful about this attack that's coming through. And this is the trouble that you've got is with these healer elephants, is very much a game of critical mass. Once they reach this critical mass, it becomes difficult to really deal with them. The age up comes through now for B. 11 minutes in. He's gone with the Hospitaller Knights. Well, the Knights Hospitaller, I guess is probably the correct way of saying it. Archer's going down to the back. He's doing a decent job of controlling the Knights Templar at the moment. Heavy Spearman? Where did the Heavy Spearman come from? Oh shit, that's Castle Age! Oh my god, excuse me, he hit Castle Age! Oh my lord! I'm sitting here wondering, he was feudal all along, Drongo, you Drongo? Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. And he's aged up, obviously going up to Castle Age. Sorry. How could I think that he wasn't feudal age all this time? I just heard the age up. I mean, this is the trouble, right? When you don't have landmarks, it makes it a little bit more difficult to track. Heavy spears coming out on the defense though, looking very solid here. I think he should be fine. I mean, how do you deal with the heavy spears in this situation? Look at the amount of damage that goes through to them. Not really much. +1 range attack is through. Sass and Avely also now aging up as well over on the west side. Immediately pops the king out, says, where are you guys? Let me take a look. Sass up towards the north as well. Got the Golden Horn Tower. Keep in mind he's playing OG Byzantine. Now Archer number is building. Working down the first of the healer elephants. He's able to find the connection. Archer number's looking good. But at the same time, that's so many units, dude. That is so, like... I was a little bit worried because there was so many Raxes that were coming down, and I'm like, there's no world where this makes sense. But he's actually pumping. And now flipping, turning the tide. The fast castle into heavy spears might actually be working. Over towards the west, knight numbers are building. Could also say down towards the south. And now it could be that Core is the one who gets turned upon. And I think that's definitely the case. I mean, how do you defend this as the Tughlag? I don't think there's a way that you can defend this. Especially once +1 comes in, and +1 literally just came in. So now you're doing 1 damage with your archers towards the heavy spears. You don't have crossbows. You've got no unit that can contest this. I think Core's out. I think this could be it right here for him. He might be the second player eliminated from this game. Rest Killjadi's soul. Killjadi off to play Warcraft 3. Just a quick game, Killjadi. Just a quick game. Back towards the south. We've got the age up coming through here for CSO. He hasn't opted for a second town center. Of course, he is fishing. He's forced his opponent off the water, at least for the moment. Now, keep in mind, he's not the only person on this pond, so we could potentially see some more action. Of course, we know the truth here. CSO now aging up. And the heavy spear is going to start working. So now the question becomes, how does Core look to play out this game? Does he look to go and do a little bit of cheesy stuff? We got multiple transport ships coming out. Core's going to go and... is he trying to gather resources to be able to age up? No. So he's probably just going to lose both landmarks and call it a day. Let's check in on the other side of the map. See how everybody's doing. Keshik's now starting to build in the north. We've got the boar that's going to be going down. Numadan reaching the castle age as well. It's got that guild hall in the back of the base. Heavy spears getting choked up a little bit right here. We can see them between the landmark and the town center. Now, as long as B continues to make heavy spears, I think he wins this. But the trouble is, the longer that it goes, the worse it gets. Because as more people reach Castle Age, more people will have access through the power of their king to spy upon the enemy, to see where they live, and to go, hold on a minute, that's a town center with a lot of units nearby. They can hear the units firing or see the units firing over the town center. They might look to intervene. They might look to potentially swarm. Heavy spear numbers sitting at 16 here for B. It's a slow, methodical push of death. But whether or not he's able to finish him off will be another question. Over towards the west. The knight numbers now are here. And Averley, he's doing quite well on the points this season of Outback Octagon. He's been in since the very beginning. Will he be able to potentially find a way to the grand finals? That is the question. We'll be looking to answer in this game. All the points will matter. And you can see, Core manages to hold on. He manages to survive. I don't know how, I'll be honest with you. I feel like there's no world where he should reasonably survive. To me, it doesn't make sense. Especially the fact now that he's pushing out. What is going on here? What is going on here? Oh, Lord. Okay, all right. I can see why he may have retreated. It looks like Sass got a little bit grumpy, maybe. No, that's probably not the right word. A little bit bored. Said, we're going to break out here. We're going to go have some fun. He's on the 2TC, so he's, you know, at the end of the day, he is scaling. But at the same time, he'd like to get a kill. And it definitely makes sense for him to do that. But now, the king is out. The king is out. The king is out. The archers are out. He can just make a rundown right here. Core 7525 on Discord for coaching comes in and snipes out the king. Good night, sweet prince. 3DB not paying attention, unfortunately. I guess he was looking somewhere else. Didn't realize the king was sitting out, or he did and just didn't realize there were archers so close to it. And now Core manages to snipe it. So essentially what happened was the king was moved. You could see he was thinking about going for transport ship. I think he may have been housed. I think that was probably the issue. And so he had to move the king back, but didn't move the villagers out of the town center to put the king inside. Now we got cataphracts in the middle of the map. Down towards the south, we've also got the potential. Yeah, you can see what's happening right here. Poor Elyona. I mean, we kind of predicted that Elyona would have a bit of trouble there, being on the edge of the map like that. 4 players, 4 corners. We're not talking about the Australian Broadcasting Corporation's show called 4 Corners. They do some good work. I'll say that right now. Look at the walls that are coming up over on this south position as well. But for the moment, it seems almost certain that we're going to be seeing 2 more players eliminated in this game. We're setting ourselves up for an ultra late game, that is for sure. As long as these kills get spread around. I mean, Core's picked up 1. He's in Feudal as well, so he's going to be extra happy about that. It's not first blood, but hey, any little point that he can gain is going to be a good one. More outposts. And now we see those kings being scouted out by Numadan. He says, okay, let's check in. Let's see what people are up to. Town center is burning. Town center is burning. Cataphracts now. About to finish this bad boy off. Core knows it's all over. Red Rover. Indeed. We know the truth. I missed them both. But it's okay. I mean, we kind of knew what was happening there. So I'll forgive myself for that one. That was quite funny. We're watching this king. The other one dies. We come down here to look at the other one. And then the other king dies. It was only something that we could do. It couldn't happen any other way. Oh, it's all right. We forgive myself. You guys forgive me, right, guys? Anyway, let's focus less on the kings, because it's not like we've been really focusing on them anyway this game, and talk more about our position, because this is kind of what I suspected would happen. 4 players remain. It's 4 players that are on the outside of the map. 4 players, 4 corners. And we have got ourselves the absolute building blocks of an incredible FFA game. You know, often when you talk about building blocks for things like life as an example, you need some important things. You need a habitable planet in the habitable zone, a reasonable distance away from the sun. At this stage, we think you probably need water, need some of those amino acids. You need a whole bunch of different stuff, all these building blocks for life. And life is a lot like an FFA game. You get fucked by a lot of different things. But today, the fucking is going to be done by we don't know it yet who's going to be doing Sorry, excuse me. Anyway, we got ourselves some trouble in paradise as it looks like Sass is coming in to try and put an end to the Rus madness. We got ourselves a little bit of a Wallalor potential as well. Has the king run across towards the keep? Not just yet. Not just yet. He's thinking about it, though. I can see some people in the chat spamming aliens. Aliens. Well, yeah, look. Maybe a disclosure just happened. Who knows? We'll see. If you haven't already, make sure you check it out. The Age of Disclosure. Just newly released on Amazon Prime. Of course, it's a little bit expensive. I'll say that right now. Even to rent it, it's quite expensive. So, look, there are other ways that you may be able to find it. I'll just throw that out there. Check it out, though. It's a great baseline for people that are maybe unaware of the topic or skeptical about the topic. I encourage you to watch it. Just give it a little bit of time. Take a look at it. For anyone who's experienced on the topic, they'll watch it and go, well, there's nothing new in here. No, there's nothing new in there. There's no pictures of dead bodies, of alien bodies, anything like that, no. But there's some interesting testimony that's in there. I think they've got 34 ex-military and government officials that are in there. Got, like, ex-admirals. Got this one guy, his name's Tim Galladay. I think he was a rear admiral, which is a pretty high rank when it comes to the Navy. But anyway, go check it out. Let's talk a little bit about this game. A little bit less about aliens for the moment. We'll get back to the aliens, do not worry. Anyway. Let's talk about these positions. Who's in the best position right now? Well, when we think about kills, I'm just going to have to do some quick math here. We've got one over here for Numadan on the east. We know he's picked up this kill. Rest in peace, Killjadi. Elyona's king was taken out. Was it? It was Averley that took out Elyona's king. I don't know where CSO was during that time. I thought there was going to be a party. I guess he wasn't invited. It's happened. And then we saw the king in the middle. This was taken out by Sass. And then this king here was taken out by Core. So the only player who doesn't have a kill right now is CSO in the south of the map. That's our current circumstances. We've got 250 for Numadan, 250 for Sass, 250 for Averley, 200 for CSO, which, to be honest, is still anybody's ball game. But Sass has just gone ahead and done something that's a little bit dangerous. You've always got to be cautious when it comes to this situation. What's he done? He's taken sacred sites, and there's two components to this. The first is, or two different mindsets that you can approach this with. The first one is he's going for a sacred victory. We all need to gang up and kill him. And the second one is he's probably just doing it to gather up some gold. Anyway, Imperial Age now coming through for Averley. We can see that Numadan's already hit Imperial Age. By the way, 150 villagers. So he is well and truly ahead when it comes to that villager count. He is walled up over on the east side. It's only palisade walls for the moment, so hopefully we start to see some stone walls coming up. Keep in mind, you do have the prospect of transport ships as well to get around those stone walls in the event there is trouble. But elite Royal Knights are through. Royal Biology, Royal Bloodlines has also come through. How are we doing for stone walls in the north? Stone walls are looking decent here as well on this top side. I always look at the edges here. I'm like, is it really walled in? It doesn't look like it, but it is. It is. There's no way you wouldn't do it all the way to the edge. And now we've got those sacred sites being neutralized for the moment. A little bit of space, a little bit of time. So, do we reassess on our initial prediction? Do we change the way that we feel about Numadan? I don't think that we do. I think Numadan's position is very nice. I will say the one thing I don't like is the fact that there's no stone-walled in Red Palace or stone-walled keep. Just that risk, that perpetual risk of all landmarks being burnt down. It is always scary. Spasskaya. And as you can see, Averley doing the right thing. Averley's a pro when it comes to FFA. I can tell you that right now. He's left enough space for the stone walls to go around the Spasskaya so that even in the end, if he's death dropped and he loses everything, the Spasskaya can still stand. Don Hardy, take notes. Sorry, Don. Don Hardy just in the chat catching strays right now. Poor Don. We love him. We love you, Don. Okay. Is this the world's longest aqueduct that we are witnessing right here? This may, I think, has there ever been a longer aqueduct than this? No, we did see Faye do an aqueduct once that was very long. I remember that game. She quite literally did it across the entire map. I think she was doing like a forward keep or something like that. Anyway, at what point does it just become cheaper to make a new aqueduct network? Or rather, cistern network. Like, let's just build 5 cisterns all here and then just connect them together. Is that probably cheaper? Probably not. The cisterns are pretty expensive once you reach this stage. Isn't the aqueduct interrupted by the wall? No, the way that the mechanics work are that you can aqueduct across the stone wall like this. So this is fine as well. As you can see, it's a level 5 out here. So as long as they're connected to the wall, I guess the theory goes that the aqueduct just runs along the wall. Maybe there's a hidden channel or something underneath. When you think about it, man, like, isn't the aqueduct such an incredible feat of engineering? Like, I know that we look upon it now and we're like, noobs. But, like, when you think about what they actually did, like, they would find a water source and they would literally just be like, okay, we're just going to run a path for this water source in that direction for 60 kilometers. Which, for you folks in America, that's 40 miles. Like, that is just ridiculous. That is incredible. And it's just a very slight slope across those 40 miles. It can't be too much. It can't be too great. And we can't be going uphill either. We definitely can't be going flat. Like, it's ridiculous. It is incredible. But anyway, story for another day. Like, we can throw that in the bag with the aliens for now. Meanwhile, down towards the south side. Walls start coming up, and now we're really prepping that late game. Arbitrary numbers looking decent here. And how do we potentially see this stalemate broken? Because at the moment, Numadan, as I said, I think he's definitely looking pretty healthy, pretty happy here. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if Numadan begins to push through here and looks to clean this out. There is absolutely an opportunity for it. We've got cataphracts on the side of Sass. They're decent, but they don't even have their biology upgrade in yet. Whereas our Royal Knights definitely do. Now making their way into the front. The numbers are looking pretty decent here, but I feel like even doing the charge through like that might even be a mistake because your enemy's got so many Royal Knights, but now they're able to actually, instead of bunching up at the back, they're actually able to get damage in. So it's almost like you've just killed your cataphracts a little bit faster. But obviously the damage debuff is applied. And now, a little bit of purple on pink action. King inside the town center. And it looks like Numadan may potentially pick up a second kill here. He's overwhelming the army of Sass. Sass down to 180 population. Numadan still 135. 62 knights out, and the spam continues. The reinforcements are on the way. Meanwhile, in the middle of the map, we start to see some units making their way across the map here. Just looking for any potential insight as to what the going-ons are out here. And now we've got another army clashing in the south. CSO looking for blood. He's obviously been searching for it quite a bit this game. That's a lot of knights. And these are Roost Knights as well. You got to remember, Roost Knights are very good. That's 74 of them. It's also got 22 Streltsy out. A lot of arbitrary out on the side here of CSO. The retreat has come through. Carrick looking to chase the army of his opponent away here. Numadan, of course, just going to clap back with a cannon or two. Maybe an army of knights. Oh, Carrick comes a little bit close to the shoreline. And the knights say, hey, brother, you remember what happened in the Netherlands in 1463? I don't know what year it was. It was probably around that year. Was it in the Netherlands? I think it was in the Netherlands, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. Aveli's army looking quite good. No biology in just yet for him either, but the upgrades are quite nice. I think he should be fine on the defense here. Keep in mind, he's at 205 pop still. So still yet to hit that max pop that he's got. Needs to fill those shoes out a little bit more. Vil's coming out. I don't know what these villages are all about here. Is he trying to send them towards the middle? And they're just being intercepted. He's not going to take the bait? Take the bait. Take the bait. Have we got demo ships out just yet? Numadan's got some demo ships out apparently. We don't see exactly where they are. Okay, clean up crew. Oh, Reboldiquins. Okay, this is absolutely what you need on that south side. CSO definitely making the right call here. Let's check back in over on the north. Build up continuing. Those Vils did make it through to this position. And that's it. Numadan shutting them down. And now our 1v1 on each side of this map. I like the positioning here of the foreign engineering company. I think we need a keep, though, in the back of the base. If you could put a keep down for me and wall these bad boys in, get rid of those farms. Wall these bad boys in. Don't let them stay. We've actually got a third town center that came through as well for Sass. So Sass at 140 vils now, which is actually quite comfy. He's definitely in a good spot. We'll say that right now. More aqueducts coming up. It's extended them out all the way. I'm impressed that he actually brought it out this far. We've got a bit of a cross map pressure coming through. Okay, knight numbers looking good. Keep going to go down here. See the bombards focusing it down. Cannons rather. There's 4 cannons now coming out. Cannon v cannon. Rather, royal cannon v cannon. Little bit more attack coming through for those royal cannons. And now cavalry versus cavalry. The cataphract up against the royal knight. The previous king of the castle when it came to the cavalry. Now the cataphract. Also pipped off the top post now. Cannons focusing down the royal cannons. Good coverage. Nesta B out here as well. Mangonel placements assisting with the defense. These knights just completely surrounding the cavalry. Royal cannons still trying to work from the pocket. Getting sniped out. 3v1 now remains. He's going to have to fall back. Recognizing, hey, that's probably not going to work. Carrick here as well getting sieged down on the shoreline. And the numbers looking pretty good here for Numadan. He's at 70 knights up against 30 cataphracts. So Sass doing a good job to hold on here. He's got a lot of gold in the middle of the map as well. There's plenty of gold veins to access. But they're beginning to realize, hey, you know what? The gold's starting to run out. Do we potentially see some trade coming through? We'll have to keep an eye out on it. And now the cataphract's able to chase away the knights once again. That's twice that we've seen it now. I feel like you could probably just push back in. I would absolutely just push back in right now. I think that makes the most sense. Just try and go. Oh, okay. All right. Is he trying to bait him out? I think he wants to try and bait the entire army. Oh, it could be magical. Yeah. Bring the cataphract. Yep. And now the demo ship's up. Yep. No. You want him to come out here together. Throw. No. Don't show. Stop that. Oh, good. Stay back, Sass. Stay back. Bide your time, my son. You can turn this into something magical. You may survive. What's going on down here? Nothing just yet. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. Is he gonna try and... Where are you even trying to drop? Like, this is your own... So this is your own lake. You could just walk over here, my friend. I mean, yeah, okay, there's a stone wall, but like... Surely... There's a better way. He's gonna attempt it. Alright, the demo ships are on standby. I do like this. Has he picked up the demo upgrades as well? He does. He's got all of the demo upgrades right now. So these are gonna be doing big damage. This... is something I don't want to take. I don't want to take my eyes off because I know exactly what's going to happen. The moment we look away, they're going to go boom. Oh, we got ourselves a little bit of a friendly gathering right here. Expect these two to, once they realize what's going on. I think it's a classic case of, you know, Sass joining the party. We saw him queue up all of the outposts, the mining camp, and then just here, and no one's looking back here just yet. Be confident the moment that they do, it will be war. Now making his way forward. Stonewall slowly being repaired here. Just the one villager putting it back in. How does he look to play this out? Oh my gosh, you know what? This could be absolutely terrible. If he locks him in here, if you've got cataphracts on one side, bring the demos through the gap. No. He's thinking about it. He's having a look. How many demos are we at? We're at 5. Is he making more? I think he's making more. He's getting upgrades. There we go. All right. Go, demo ships, go! No! Yes! No! It's terrible! The demo ships, they got bugged out! They went the wrong way! Not like this! There's my cinematic footage. Dude, those demo ships! Oh! I miss nuclear demos, dude. I mean, that could have been nuclear demos, but he didn't hug the wall. He went for the bombards instead. I feel like you just go for the cav, man. That could have been amazing. That really could have been something special. But Sass has still got a good-sized army here. That's the other thing. Demo's going to come in. This is just going to get picked off. That's the sad state of affairs, or at least it should get picked off. Knight's just going to outrun it. There we go. Let's check in towards that south side. Okay, a whole bunch of knights are now out here as well. Now, we've got stone walls very smartly positioned, but there are still some options available when it comes to death drops. Now, how's the king doing? He's in the red palace. Do not fear. All right. That was disappointing. Now, the other problem that you've got is now that you've revealed your hand as well to Numadan, he will be very hyper aware of this. So he will... What? Excuse me? Thank you. What are you doing out here, Basil? Basil, get back to the tower. Basil. Dude, how good was Basil? Come on. Is there anybody who knows what I'm talking about right now? Please, if you know what I'm talking about, tell me. Surely there is, right? Like, I know what my demographics are. You guys know who Basil is. Anyway, I hope that was his name. Imagine if that wasn't his name, and I'm just, like, referencing a tower that was faulty, and nobody knows what I'm talking about. The tower's not the only thing that's faulty around these parts. Armies, decently sized, but I feel like we haven't seen CSO move in the last 10 minutes. The army is coming back here, but like, how many times have we come down here and the army's just been chilling out, just biding its time? Does the Uvu? The Uvu doesn't eat the stone once the civilization's dead. There you go. Today I learned. Let's check back in on that north side. This is where all the action is. Is he building up those demos, at least? See, the thing is, now he's scared to make more demos because he knows the jig is up. He knows he's been spotted. But at the same time, you can definitely feel that Numadan is scared to even think about committing here. I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised that Sass held. I thought Numadan would have absolutely crushed over the top of him, but Sass did a good job. Maybe I'm not rating the cataphracts as well as I should be. I mean, they've got some good numbers on them if we take a look. More attack, more health, more armor. Still doesn't have all the armor upgrades. Sacred Site now taken. Sass gathering up a little bit more gold. What's the relic count looking like for these guys? Sass on 5 relics as well. Now, firing off. Elephant goes down. The cannon number looking a little bit better. He's going to be keeping a very keen eye on the water. He knows how dangerous it is. But of course, in saying that, what do we got going on over here? Numadan getting forced out of the middle. You know what map this reminds me of? There's going to be one person in the chat right now that actually knows what I'm talking about. In Total Annihilation, there was this map that you could play. I can't remember the name of it, but basically there was lava in the corners. And like you had this middle part with all the metal in it. It was super duper rich in metal in the middle. It kind of reminds me of that. I still remember that one game that I played when I was like 10 years old. I played it with my dad and my neighbor, and he built this one unit called the Merle, and we had no idea how he was building it. Anyway, it was on that map. Oh, look at this. We got walls. Oh, this is so smart. He big brains it. How did you even think of this, Numadan? Brings the villagers forward, says we're going to throw down our own stone wall, so if you want to try and bring any more through, it's not going to happen. No fireworks for you today. Armani in the chat saying lava high ground. You know what? You're probably right. I don't remember the name, but I'm sure you're probably right. Now the wall comes, or rather the outpost comes in, cancels this one out. Says you're not getting that full wall in. Arbalatrier numbers starting to build here as well, so it almost looks like Numadan realizes I can't just keep... Oh, more demo ships from the north! Ain't no way, that was a big hit. Second one gonna come through as well. Just when you thought you were safe, the demo ships come in from the north. He could also look for it from the south. There's still space to get in right here. And now more cannons added into the mix. You can see there's 2 in the pocket right here up against 9 on the edge. Demo ships looking into the back line. Another one comes down. Royal cannon, not many left. A single one and down towards the south side, excuse me. Oh, we're going for a counterattack. Oh, we're switching things up now. Keep in mind this outpost will spot this out. So immediately we see Numadan return back to base and goes, ooh, okay. I gotta defend. You're fine, but look at this. Now Sass has got the number advantage. He's going into a whole bunch of Lamentinai. Maybe Sass doesn't let up right now. Maybe Sass says, hey, no, you've been cheeky to me all this game. Numadan may potentially have himself in a bit of a 2v1 situation and just through... This is one of those things that happens. At the end of the day, you can't always guarantee that someone won't switch sides. Lametni trying to come through here. And now more units rallying in towards this position. But of course, just keep in mind, if there's... I mean, it's almost potentially looking like a 3v1 situation. I don't know what's happened here. It's probably not. Keep in mind, we've still got a massive army out over on this side here, Averley. I will just say right now, Averley is very patient as a player in FFA. One of the things he's very good at is just making sure he doesn't make the wrong move. Right? Like, any decision could be a wrong decision. So if you just don't make too many dangerous decisions, then you're not going to be making bad decisions. At least that's my thinking. Anyway, a single cannon is out right now. Beginning to hit... Actually, that was like 3 cannons. 3 cannons. 3 cannons. How did I miss those other 2? I don't know. So 3 cannons towards the south have cracked through the first of the walls. The second wall is only a palisade wall. And remember that king, he's not stone-walled in. He's just inside the red palace. So... you better believe there's going to be units coming here. Veteran horsemen. Elite upgrades probably going to be on the way shortly. And now Numadan. A little bit trapped here in the corner. And we can see that the immediate response from Numadan has meant that CSO has just fallen back for the moment. Players a little bit cautious about which way they should go. And this is a classic tug-of-war situation. You've got 4 players, 4 corners, and maybe potentially our first game that we see go longer than an hour. That's not true. We've seen games go longer than an hour, but it definitely feels like if there's a game that could go the distance, if there's ever a game that's going to be rivaling that of the one that a certain person took part in. Actually, I think multiple people may have taken part in that game. This could be it. We could potentially see it. There's not as much stone on this map, I'll say that right now. But what's the time? The time for me, it's 5 a.m. You know what? We got time. All right, I'll let you guys go for a 4-hour game if you want. We can do that. We'll allow it. All right, put your legs up, grab your drink. If you haven't got a drink, go grab one, come back. It's time. All right, my legs are up. They're on the table. Now we just get to watch. Miss some king kills, maybe. Lametni numbers building here as well. In the middle. Keep in mind, Lametni are great, except for the fact they do use 1 population. And knights also use 1 population as well. So it's like, do you want a spearman or do you want a knight? Well, they might use 1 population, but remember, they're quite cheap as well. So it definitely does work out effectively. Let's check in over on that east side. See how Numadan's doing. Remember, we did pick him as our potential victor, or at least our most likely victor today. He got that really early kill. So whether or not he's been able to leverage it today, it doesn't really feel like it. Over towards the west side, we hear those units now starting to come forward. And Averley going to be breaking out of his shell. He's got a lot of resources in the bank. Averley with 21,000 gold, 17,000 food. As I said, you can't make a wrong decision if you don't make a decision. And he's let those resources start to stack up. When it comes to resource count, I think CSO's probably the next closest, but obviously CSO's got 50 less pop, and that makes a huge difference. So now the question is, how do you begin to progress? How do you begin to aggress in this game? Arbitrary number, look at this. Wow, Numadan really going ham here. He's also picked up the upgrades as well. So he's sitting on a huge amount of melee armor, and that makes a lot of sense in a game where you've got Lametni that are rampaging over the field. They've got 16 damage, so you're offsetting 10 damage of that 16. And he spots out the kings. He says, okay, where are these kings? We've got 1 safely walled in at the back of the base with a landmark. In fact, 2 landmarks back here. So Guildhall, 8,000 gold. Guildhall over here, he's just taken out the gold, in fact. So Numadan not looking the healthiest when it comes to his gold situation. 2,100 gold, and he's taken out the gold just a minute or 2 ago. So king check, obviously not the safest of kings. Then we've got a king in the Spasskaya. A little bit of chat going on in between these guys. There's nothing really that significant. I wonder what they're chatting about. Let's take a look and see. Can we peace and go Averley first? How? We are same pop and you still on pure catters. I can't make knights now. Can't, because no gold. Oh, Numadan revealing he's got no gold. And we can confirm that. We've seen him take this out. Now, one interesting thing to note is that the corners, specifically the south and the north corner, have got access to the trade post. So you don't have this trade post in the west, you don't have it in the east, but you do have it in these north and south corners, which means on this map, these corners are objectively better because you have the ability to trade. Now, are you going to be doing good trades, effective trades here when other people are in the corners? Not really. if you had a side free, right? Like, and if you can drop the market down over here and then start getting those big trades going through, it can be very nice. Worst case scenario, right? Like, you could drop a market right here, or even just use this dock and trade to it, right? And then just keep units on this position. We can already see there's a trader coming out right here, 53 gold, you know, as we were literally just talking about it. And CSO, we can get confirmation. He is now trading. So the first of the traders does come out. It's only 53 gold, but hey, 53 gold is better than no gold. That's one way that you can look at it. But now, units retreating for the moment. No additional stone walls. Definitely a little bit of a stall out here. A lot of resources in the middle. Getting picked up by Sass. So Sass is definitely improving with regard to his position in this game. He's also kind of sitting on these sacred sites. I'm hoping that he doesn't... You know, as I said, the trouble is if you take the sacred sites, you're very much telling all the enemies to attack you if you do that. And it's very hard to convince them not to. You have to very much tell them, like, hey, I'm just taking it for gold. Don't worry, guys. Don't attack me. Just try and come neutralize it. It'll be okay. And then you reveal the stone walls around the sacred site. That's actually a good way to get people to team up as well. Because you can just say, there's 10 keeps on the sacred site, guys. We need to kill him now. And then that rolls over. Cannon numbers looking good. Keep in mind he's on the shoreline here. These two demos have been sitting here for a while. Dude, look at the amount of docks he's got. I don't think I've ever seen this. Good luck ever getting through here. How do you get... I mean, you just get through with cannons, right? That's the only way you can do it. You got to be methodical, dude. That's the only way that you can do it. You have to be methodical, push down, and take out each building individually. You can't... You shan't dare. Look at this. Are these transport ships? Demo ships? What do we got coming out here? We got nothing coming out here because he's max pop. It's a surprise. Very fortunate that he spotted this out and looks to now pick it off. But a very smart move here. I mean, attacking into the head of the island is definitely a wise choice, but perhaps Numadan realizes, hey, hold on a minute. You got a lot of units out here. Now, where are the units for Sass? They're back here. He's got at least a handful of siege behind the walls. More Lametanai on the south. Now, this gets spotted out by Numadan. Numadan sees all of these units down here and says, hold on, you're not using this population. And you could be, but you're not. So let's go for it. Let's do it. Let's see if the stars can align. Cannon numbers looking good. This is exactly what you want. I love these high number of cannons because remember, these are pseudo culverin now as well because they've changed culverin. Obviously, they've been changed for like a year. But if there's a way that you want to deal with enemy siege, it's through having your own cannons. And you can see right now the consequence of having all these cannons is that you win. And you're able to continue this push. Oh, I don't like those. I don't like this. You're pushing up right next to docks. Oh, this is so dangerous. Oh, you are so playing with fire right now, my friend. Okay, all right. He's doing a good job clearing it out, but we can now start to see they've got everything in queue. It's in queue. A little bit of trouble back over towards Paradise. There's the army. Whole bunch of revolt equipment. CSO just ready to go. There's the demos now coming through. 1 to the front, 2, 3. He's got some good hits right there. That's a lot of dead. Arbalatria. Huge amount go down. He's back at 245 pop. He's going to have to replace a lot of that. You can see the power of those demo ships. And I think maybe on the next push, he's going to take a little bit longer, Numadan, to make sure he clears out everything before he commits. But of course, it takes time to do that. And the more time you take, the longer it takes for these, well, the more time the Lametanai have got to return back to base. Down towards the south. Overly cleaning out the base of CSO. And we've got ourselves a ball game here. Cataphract's getting kited away. It's always good seeing kiting happening at the 50th minute. Reinforcements coming up the rear. Demo ships. Demo ships. Demo ships. Demo ships. Dude, these demo ships are so sad, dude. Oh, the other ones were really good from the north, but these southern demo ships, they're not built the same way. Cataphract's getting wonderful connections right here. Poor Sass, man. After all that, and he hits the tower. He was like, hey, that's a cool trick. I'll kill the towers. It's been an absolute bloodbath here. Sass still, by the way, maxed out, but a lot of it's Lametanai. So keep in mind, Lametanai against Arbalatria, you probably take the Arbalatria. Lametanai, kind of cool though, don't get me wrong. It's just that definitely not as gold heavy. Sass sitting on 1,000 gold with 1,100 gold per minute as well. A lot of units towards the middle. A lot of vills towards the middle here as well. For Averley, he's just collecting resources up to 29,000 gold now. And this, I mean, it's a little bit of a secret gold fund, isn't it? When you think about it, right? 244 gold a minute on the high trade house. He's got obviously quite a bit of gold coming through from the hunting cabins as well. He's got a lot of gold in the back pocket. He's sitting at 2,300 gold still right now. And on top of that, he's also got the ability to trade that bad boy out. He's got 26 tickets. If he wants to sell some stone, or if he wants to buy some stone, he'll be able to do that. And you can see from Numadan's perspective, he can't even buy stone because Numadan's got 4 gold to his name. Numadan's got no gold left. And the Lamentai, I mean, you're looking at 2 players that are just very poor. They got no gold left. The prospect of trade hasn't really been approached just yet, with the exception of our one player to the south. He could absolutely look to trade. Okay, I was going to say, he could absolutely look to trade along this east side. I'd be clearing up this stone wall, putting up my own wall, get rid of this outpost, and I'd be doing big trade along here, man. The problem is CSO's our only player with 200 population, so he's the only one who's really thought about trade. Speaking of trade, I take it back. He's not the only player who's thought about trade. As we've potentially got additional trade now lining up here for Sass in the north. It's good that they've finally realized, hey, hold on a minute. That's an idea. Now, I think what's interesting as well with this map, now that we've kind of seen these players and the way that the game is laid out, that the corners are probably becoming a lot more favorable. Like, don't be surprised if you still see like 1 or 2 players go for middle, but I tell you what, those corners are so damn nice to have. They're just so insulated and they're easy to defend, right? It doesn't seem like much. Just a little bit of a wall across the top and that's it. No worries. No more units can come through here, and you can see players now talking to each other. CSO saying 10,000 gold or oil are useless if you only have 200 pop. Very true. And that's just it, right? Like, even in the end, if CSO's trading on these markets, if he's only got the 200 pop, like, don't get me wrong, it's nice. I mean, he's got an army and a half, doesn't he? It's a classic case of he doesn't want to push out, because if he does, he'll lose his army. He has to replace it. It's going to cost him a lot, and he definitely can't afford to. Like, look at the amount of Reboldaquins we've gotten here. It's a lot of Reboldaquin. There's a lot of Randy in this army. How many are we talking Randy-wise? We're talking 10 with 6 cannons. So there's quite a bit of gold in this army. Question is, what's it going to take for him to push out? Because like it's a very difficult situation for him in the south, because it's so far away to attack the next person. I feel like honestly the best bet is to genuinely just attack Numadan in the north of the map. But that's because we've got 100% information. We know everything. We know the facts. We know Numadan is stuck fighting up here. We know Numadan's got no gold. We know that Numadan would easily just be crushed if that were the case. He'd probably get back to be able to defend in time. Don't get me wrong, but it's just one of those things. You could also look, if you really wanted to, like, get your docks down over here, transport ship over, and you could transport ship all the way up to here. And you're not very far away from killing that king. So that's another possibility. Knight number looking very healthy here for Averley. Still not maxed out. What's going on with Averley? He's not building, like, he's not sitting at the 250 pop mark. I wonder if this is just intentional. What was that all about? He just built the mining camp to hand in the gold? I guess he's got 32,000 gold. Look, you don't get to 32,000 gold without respecting the fact that there was a little bit of gold left on these vills and you had to hand it in, right? Like, he's a man who knows how to respect those resources. But we're starting to slowly run out. We've got 2.6k left here, guarded up by CSO. And now the trade is starting to begin. 47 gold here. 51 on the back. 52 for this guy. So you want to rally them all to that furthest away market. Mining camp. As quickly as it goes up, it goes down. Horsemen in the center, gonna get cleaned up by these knights. Keep an eye out on Averley and the population. Is he thinking about maybe doing a wonder? There's no way he'd do a wonder. You couldn't do a wonder, not in this situation. I mean, he's got enough. He's got a lot of resources in the bank though, so maybe. It's just that stone, but the thing is he can stone ticket if he wants. He's got 31 tickets, 150 stone times 31. So you're talking what, 4.5k of stone? So it's ballpark. It's in the ballpark. Absolutely. He could think about wonder here. And now we'll check back in on with CSO on the south. Still struggling. A lot of units up towards the north. We've almost entered into a bit of a stalemate here. You know, I talked about it earlier. The fact if we're ready for a 4-hour game, I mean, we're not ready for a 4-hour game, but like, this is the game for it. 4 players, 4 corners, 3 of them with 1 kill each, makes it very even. There's no clear favorite there. And if you had to give it to somebody right now, you'd probably say Averley is looking like he might be in the best spot. Averley's still not maxing out. A little bit of chat in between them. Every moment we spend, Frenchies are getting free resources. Ooh. Oh, he's calling out the Frenchies. How are we doing down? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you know what? He's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. 7,000 for Numadan. Frenchies kind of getting free resources right now. That's a lot of resources, isn't it? 16,000? 16,000 resources. That's a decent amount. This is this is getting a little bit ridiculous, sir. That is a crazy amount of resources. 16,000 gold. And that's just it, right? You just click the button as soon as you're under attack. And you got to add this on at the end of the day, right? Like, it's a huge amount. The other thing to remember, actually, the more that I think about it, the more I'm like, hold on a minute. Maybe Averley's not, like, the one we should be focusing on. Because, don't get me wrong, right? Like, it's nice having this gold income. If we take a look at him, he's sitting at 1,800. Now he's got vills that are out here on gold and all that jazz. Oh. Ah, Averley. He's looking to find a way through. Carricks are doing a decent job of defending, but of course with the bombards up, it makes it a little bit more difficult. Averley thinking outside the box. Now, of course, we know the truth that you could drop right here and easily bypass everything if you wanted. But with the amount of bombards you've got, I don't think it really matters. You probably want to launch on the head. Chat continuing. Don't come. I'm 200 and no gold. Let me trade. Just trying to find any inch, and now we can see Numadan not allowing it. No stone walls here to protect. Trade gonna get shut down. He's also got the Merchant's Guild as well for that extra 1 gold every 6 seconds. Might not seem like much, but it definitely adds up. 10 gold every minute that's coming through. It actually is very, very nice to have that. And now up towards the top side. Sass beginning to push in on Averley. A little bit of a mix-up here. What's interesting is we had early on Numadan fighting up against Sass in the north. And in the south, we had CSO fighting against Averley. And now, all of a sudden, Numadan has switched down towards the south to try and take out CSO. And Sass is going to go for Averley. So they've switched it up. They've left the keys in the bowl at the front door. Decided, you know what? We'll try something different tonight. Let's see whether or not it works. Plenty of units back here for him. He's maxed out now, 250, 250. It looks like they might be talking about it in chat. Maybe that's what's happening. So it wasn't a case of leaving the keys in the bowl at the front door. It's just a bit of an agreement between them. Oh, God, the demo ships. Sass screaming, not again! They're so quick, dude. They're so quick and they're so big. It looks so funny. They're flimsy as hell, dude. Oh, the demo ships coming in from the east. Sass, he's haunted by these freaking demo ships, dude. And now, plenty of Streltsy on the back line, just teeing off on all the Lametanai here. Sass with a good amount of units in queue. About 60. Meanwhile, towards the south, look at the army size here for CSO. Oh, he's deleted Vils. He deleted Vils. He's at 153 military pop. Absolutely Giga Chad. He can 100% pull this if he does that. The trick is, you gotta have a lot of siege, and he's got a lot of siege. Honestly, at this point, I would delete more Vils and just make even more cannons. And then as long as you've got a little bit of resources in the bank to reinforce, which he's got more than enough, he could literally reinforce 100 knights and still have change, then absolutely. I'd be dropping down the stables, queuing up the knights, right-clicking into this base here. He would absolutely destroy it. As long as your micro is good. As long as you focus down, and that's the key here. The cannon is the key. You have to focus down the enemy cannons with your cannon so that the Rebolda can stay alive. And as long as the knights have got that healthy front line, you'll be okay. I think he can absolutely do it. And look, he's going to go mangoes instead. Mangoes are nice, right? Like, good against range units, good against any units when it comes to FFA, but I still feel like the key here is those cannons. So, see whether or not he connects with that. Now more cannons coming in. Yeah, you can see all players really looking to build up a lot of this long-range siege here. Definitely makes the most sense. Outpost down here to the south, a lot of vision coming through. Just keeping an eye on exactly what his enemy's up to. So we pass the hour mark now. Welcome to the second hour of this game. There's not a lot of games that have reached 1 hour in Outback Octagon 4. But perhaps this one will go the distance. It definitely feels like it could. It could, rather. Feels like it can. Feels like it can. There you go. Numbers looking good. What's the Vil count for everybody else? Yeah, 119, 109, 128, CSO 33. Now, of course, he's also got the option for trade, or at least he had the option for trade, but he's been very shut out of it. He's got a couple of 20 gold on each of these traders. He's just trading to this dock here. It's not a pretty state of affairs. Back towards that top side, though. Players beginning to build up. How are we looking for demo ships? You can see the docks here for Averley getting sieged down. Demo ships coming up for Sass. Poor Sass. He's had to deal with these darn demo ships all game. So many docks on the shoreline here for him as well. And back towards the front. Streltsy number looking quite healthy. How do you deal with these Streltsy, though? That's an interesting question. In the middle of the map, Vil's going to get picked off by the horsemen. A little bit of cross-map action. Numadan and Averley, two players yet to really fight it out. Obviously, you wouldn't expect it being across the map. Now, bombards focusing down each of these buildings. I'll tell you what, I like the army of Averley a lot here. I think Averley is in a very solid position. It's going to continue pushing up. Royal Cannon, the range is 10 tiles. Bombard, range 10 tiles. So it means it should be an even match. I don't know why Averley doesn't just keep going. I would just keep going in this position here. I think he's in a great spot. Doesn't need to delete Vils. He's got plenty of Streltsy as well. 65 Streltsy is lovely. And now that army continues. Back down to the south. I mean, CSO's in such a hard spot, right? He's got a huge army, and the longer the game goes, the worse it gets for him. He spent a lot of that gold. It's 20,000 gold in the guild hall. So what are we talking? 14,000 over here, 11,000 in this one. Carrick still defending. Back towards that top side. Keep in mind, we do have these sacred sites potentially on the cards. I still feel like taking the sacred sites, even in a 2v1 situation here. Like, let's say Sass manages to kill Averley somehow, and Sass goes to 300 pop. I still don't think you take sacred sites as Sass. Maybe you have to, though, because you're probably going to get 2v1'd anyway. But now, cannons on the back, focused down by the bombards. Micro's looking pretty good here for Averley as the Streltsy's able to cut through the front line. Horseman number, overwhelming, and once again, players have said, hey, you know what? My schedule's pretty clear today. I'm going to keep my cards close to my chest. We're going to see it. Cannons moving up. Docks are being dropped down here by Numadan. Not the first time this game we've seen docks from an enemy player on this shoreline. Royal cannons. Actually, these are just cannons, excuse me. Gosh, they basically two-shot these Carracks. It's a lot of damage. They're powerful. A Carrack versus a Carrack can take 1,000 shots. Carrack versus a Royal or a cannon. Good night. Good night, buddy. Get clapped. To the top side of the map now. Cannons. Bombards asleep. Streltsy able to fire off, but a couple of them going to get caught out of position. You can hear that beautiful sound of the Streltsy as they tee off. Speaking of tee off, got some golf happening down here in Melbourne tomorrow. Tiger Woods not going to be playing, unfortunately. It'd be nice to be able to see that guy tee off, I tell you what. Probably tees off as hard as Numadan does when he gets going. Come on, Numadan. Give us the goods. A lot of villagers garrisoned inside here on the Spaskai Tower. A whole bunch of outposts going to get thrown down. Does he sense that he could be in trouble? Bombards running towards the front. Not the smartest move coming out from Avely here. Where did all the bombards go? No, don't tell me. Don't tell me they all went down. Oh, this is not good. This is not good for Avely. You know, we were just talking about the potential prospect for this to happen. And now there's trouble. It all comes down. Whoa, you gotta be careful of what it comes down to. And now he's revealed his hand. Sass all of a sudden seeing the problem. Demo ships do hit on the docks. He just blows them up and says, okay, we'll clear it out for now. Make sure there's no real threat of these to come through. Demo ships get taken out. Players this game not really paying attention to their demo ships. Springald's now coming out for Avely, and oh, we've got docks. Numadan. Where is he even trading to? Hold on. Oh, it's the dead dock, and technically it's a harbor. It's not a dock. What's the difference? I'll be honest with you. I never knew the name of the Tughlag Dynasty dock was called the harbor. I never knew that. That's kind of wild. So we got 46 gold coming through on these. It's not bad. 47 on this one. 29 over here. We got it because we got the neutral market as well. Okay, all right. We've looked out. We've seen. Apologies. Demo ship. Decent connection. Dow's coming out as well, chasing away these Strelts. He's doing a good. The galley's doing a lot of damage here. I tell you what, Sass not looking bad. Avely with a lot of resources stocked up, though. I feel like the key here is we want to see a few more bombards, though. The bombards and the fact that he threw them away is painful, but now, more and more, we got the Lottier attack ships coming out. These are particularly powerful. Demo ships trying to find a way through. Managed to scrounge their way up towards the north. Is he trying to weasel his way around? I think that could be the case. Wait, sir, don't kill the demo ship. Oh, no. You'll take us both out if you do that. We got a bit more chat between these guys. I can't. You can trade with White Dock. Okay, there you go. Look at that. He's helping him out. He's like, hey, don't worry. You can trade with the White Dock. Allows him, hey, let me live a little bit longer and I'll let you trade with the White Dock. It's a classic case. I mean, even if he kills this White Dock, you got this one right here. You've also just got this market. But, I mean, you'd take 47 over 26. I think that's what it was, 26 or something on that. Because he's also got the +1 gold every 6 seconds, the Merchant Guild. So this is a really nice... Like, this effective gold number here is not 46. It's probably closer to, like, 60 with that Merchant Guild's upgrade. It adds quite a bit of extra gold per minute that's coming through. Towards the south, we can hear those units calling. Is it a scout that was calling out just then? He's actually done a good job of clearing this out. And I think this is absolutely the right call. You want to make sure you're You want to make sure you're constantly clearing it out. We got ourselves a John Dark Blast Cannon ready to go as well. Okay, all right. I don't know whether or not it was intentional. You can see Sass in the chat saying, great map, by the way, no one can push. I mean, this is just what kind of happens, right? When you get 4 players in 4 corners, and 3 of them have got kills, they're all evenly matched. You know, no one wants to push into this guy in the south. You know, what do? Demo ship connects with 2 Streltsy. He's definitely open on the backside. More units going to be coming in. Avely now is spamming out as much as he can, but he's in trouble. He's being attacked from 2 different directions. For the first time this game, we start to see it happening. And Sass pulling him apart on the north. At this stage, Sass just needs to make sure, yeah, he's got plenty of reinforcements ready to come out here. I mean, it's all archery ranges, but still, you want to make sure that production is up. He's only got 8 Lament 9Q. He's a maxed out 250 out of 250. And towards the south, he's going to start sieging down all these production buildings. Where's the rest of the siege? He's not committing with the siege. He's just playing with him at the moment. Just putting those stables down. I think he wants to keep the siege close to his base because he's very fearful of an attack from Numadan. Right? He knows that Numadan is just chilling out for the moment. Numadan up to 1,100 gold, by the way, per minute. Let's check in on that guild hall. 15,000 for him. So what are we talking? 23,000 down here. 23,000. There we go. We're getting there. Math. Horseman number. For Averley. He's making a lot of horsemen. He's got the gold to not have to make horsemen, but he's opting for it instead. I guess you just want the bodies out there a little bit faster. They are good on the defense. Now we've got more buildings going down as they're picked off. Stalemate. Still definitely not even close to being broken yet, so don't count your chickens. Checking back in over on that east side. How are we doing over here? Checking with Numadan. 78,000 food. And the reality is like with the stone map, remember when we had the stone map, you could actually go for a wonder because you had infinite stone. He's brought the cannons up. We've got the cannons now coming up as well. Still doesn't have the pop for it, so not going to see it. But with the cannons up, things could change here. He's got the robot. Oh, great. He's brought everything. And as soon as he does that, yeah, you can see exactly. This is why you don't bring the siege. I love that he falls back. He's like, nah, not yet, not yet. Averley in a little bit of trouble here. Averley getting squeezed. Which way does he go? Does he go towards the Reboldaquins or away from the Reboldaquins? Either way, it feels like, unfortunately, in this corner, I mean, Averley's been having a great game up until this point. But you want to know the troubling thing? Is if the moment that CSO senses something is up, bro is evacuating immediately. Rightly so, right? But it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we're teetering on the edge here where Averley may potentially go out, but it's literally like line of sight away from not happening. And now, Averley struggling with these Reboldaquin. I mean, how do you deal with the Reboldaquin that are here? Tries for a little bit of around the back, not able to find it. Mangonels are in this piece as well, so he's going to be able to take out those Streltsy quite easily. Meanwhile, towards the top, you can see, look at the amount of production that's been taken out. You're probably talking 30, 40 stables that have been taken out at this stage. Horsemen coming through. Oh, look at this. Numadan spotting this out right now and seeing exactly how deep these players are. Of course, you can scout out the king and see where the king is at, but it doesn't matter where the king is at if the army is the real deal. And now, potentially making his way towards the king. Spasskaya Tower under pressure. We got players on both sides of the map. Keep in mind, Numadan is over here. We don't know exactly where he is. King exposed. Cannons making their way. King jumps out the back. He says, see you later, mate. I'm on to a whole new world. And you can see the horsemen make their way out. He's going to try and dive onto the top. He's going to require some sort of ranged unit. Oh, John Dark. John Dark. Blast him. Oh, he's here. CSO could potentially pick it up. He gets a surround. Now starts to siege it down. The cannons can't get through. They don't have line of sight. And CSO gets the kill. He says, no, Sass. That's mine. And now all of a sudden, with that kill going over to CSO, does Numadan put 2 and 2 together and say, hold on a minute, if your army's in his base, my army could be in your base. CSO gets himself back into the game somehow. And because of that, things just go, arguably, from bad to worse. Where are the shadows? Why does it look like my graphics got turned to minimum? I was just thinking in my head, I'm like, hold on a minute, did I turn my graphics down? Okay, there's the shadows now. It looks really strange when there's no shadows in the water. CSO gonna do his best to try and hold on in this game. Where is the army? Okay, army moving north here for Numadan. So the reason why I say it goes from bad to worse is because often you don't really see the stalemates happen with 4 players. Now, on the stone map, we actually saw the stalemate happen with 4 players. Normally, you don't see it with 4 players. Normally, in typical FFA, you see it happen with 3 players. That's typically where you see the most stalemates, because it really comes down to politics at this point in the game. It's not so much about who's got the most gold, or who's got the most population, or who's got the best position. It really just comes down to who can convince one of the other 3 players in the lobby that they are not the threat and that the other person is. That's really what it comes down to. So you'll see the chat going down right now. Sass no talk, sad face. I'm also 250, Numadan saying, Sass? So this is definitely where you should be doing your best as a player. as a politician. You know, what are politicians famous for? There's a lot of things politicians are famous for, but I feel like there's one thing that they are more famous for than anything else. That's not telling the truth. So I feel like in this situation, you absolutely want to take on that whole concept, that whole idea of being a politician. Lie. Sass 350. That's what I'd be dropping in the chat right now. I'd be saying Sass is 350, by the way, Numadan. We got to kill him. We got to take him out. We got to destroy him. Now, another thing to note, CSO is on a huge amount of military population. Not a lot of food, not a lot of gold on the income. Of course, he's got a whole bunch of gold that's sitting in the guild hall. And at this point, you're probably like, okay, maybe we should take the gold out of the guild hall. Just because, what's the point in having 33,000 gold if I've only got 9,000 food? But look, I'm sure he'll realize that eventually. A lot of this is traders as well. All right, what do we got in the chat? I'm so far away from you. Why? Just like my dream of killing Averly's king. Don't throw this game. You have the chance to win. Oh, yeah, you can see it's very much about convincing. Hey, I'm not the threat. Don't attack me. You don't want to attack me. Attack the other guy. And Numadan, I mean, he's just biding his time right now. But it could be a classic case if we get a little bit of a 2v1 sandwich down here. And we're left with a winner-takes-all situation. Some confusing walls here. Confusing not only the units of CSO's army, but also me. Royal cannons, rather... No, apologies. These are royal cannons. Royal cannons focusing down the cannons over here. Plenty of mangoes as well. How many are we talking? 13 mangonels. Obviously all upgraded. Just want to make sure. Okay, I really don't. You can see Sass in the chat. Yeah, I mean, it's a classic difficult situation to convince on. You got to remember that with Sass as well, he'd have to... Oh my god, look at the markets here. Why have we got so many markets? Why? What's the deal with the markets? Does anybody know why Sass is spamming markets like this? What's the idea? What's the philosophy behind market spam? Is it because they're big and they're cheap? And so it's just like something that you can just throw down to confuse the enemy? Because like, there's no way he's doing... Like, this is going to be for trade, right? Like, he's going to put a market like right here. Right? Houses? He's putting houses down? He's putting houses down? Let's check in on the east side. More walls coming up for CSO. He's got this nice little pattern that he makes. I don't know what the whole idea is. Maybe to confuse the enemy. Oh, he gets stone from buildings. Oh, of course. He's getting stone from the buildings. He's getting stone from the buildings. Oh, it all makes sense now. So every time he builds this... How much is it going to give him? What, 32? Is it? It's going to be hard because it's going up. We'll try and... I mean, we could just check in here. It should say plus 32. Plus 32. There we go. Yeah. Ah. It all makes sense now. Bro is actually building the entire map of markets. Why though? Why though? We have our answer. Okay, so Sass is definitely determined that he doesn't want to take this fight. You know, initially he was thinking, okay, I'm going to try and test the waters a little bit. Clearly we saw him have some trouble to the south, and rightly so. There's a lot of mangonels here. Huge army for CSO. By the way, 202 population for him on the military side. In fact, all three of these players have huge militaries. CSO's gone back up to about 48 villager pop. What are we looking at here? 29,000 on the guild hall. A decent amount. Frenchies are indeed getting free gold every second the game goes on. What's going on? Oh, we're back to our old tricks. Spamming markets everywhere. He's almost got enough. He can absolutely do it here. Now, I think one of the key things as well, when you go for the sacred... What you should be doing is go for the sacred victory and at the same time put the wonder down, and you're kind of using that to distract away. Now, he's got a beautiful spot here for the wonder as well. He's almost crossing that 8k threshold. Does he have any other resources that he can really bank up? That's another question. Not really. This is looking good. You could see another stone wall across here. We would allow it. What's the market rate? Can we check the market rate right now for stone? It's got to be pretty high, right? It's actually not. I would be buying stone out the wazoo. I mean, not too much. He's only sitting on 15k. But these guys to the south, I mean, we got 2 guild halls that are still going crazy. 21,000 here for Numadan, by the way. I think Sass is setting it up. I mean, Sass could actually win this game if he does this. If there's ever a map to go for a wonder victory on, it's this kind of map. This is such a difficult map to get to your opponent's base. Like, when we see how restricted you are, I'd love to see more docks as well in for him. He could potentially look at deleting vills and just getting a whole bunch of demo ships out and just, like, constantly demoing. And that's, just remember, like, when we talk about the demo ships and the way that you deal, oh my lord, and the way that you deal with those demo ships, the way that you deal with this is through time. You have to clear out the entire wall. You have to clear out every single dock, because if you don't, they're just going to keep coming. You absolutely have to do it. And I think you just put a whole bunch of demo ships in queue. He's got enough for it now. You just put a whole bunch of demo ships in queue and just say Godspeed and just keep rallying them towards the enemy. Single villager over here for CSO. He's putting up outposts. Definitely the right call here. Markets everywhere. Just markets absolutely everywhere. Dotting the map with markets. So smart. I never thought about that from the Byzantine perspective, but it makes sense. It's weird. It's wacky, but we'll allow it. How are we doing on trade? How is... What? How is he only making 40 gold across the entirety of the back of the map? What? That's not right. That's not right. Okay, there we go. 152. I was gonna say, there's no way he's doing 40 gold from here to there. It's okay. It came out of these markets. Okay. All right, so we got some serious trade that's now coming through. 152 gold and 30 olive oil. That's a huge amount. So now we can do... I mean, Sass is in a really good spot. I'd almost be tempted to wall this off. I'd be deleting these and walling this off. I'd be chucking stone walls here. I'd be doing stone walls on this side as well. I mean, you've got 8k gold or 8k stone for the wonder, but at the same time, you kind of need to make sure you've got adequate protection. And then we've actually got Coach Core in the chat right now. He says, if you drop the wonder, you can make mango towers because you've got the mangonel emplacement. And then you can also get nest of bees from the foreign engineering company from the olive oil. We can't actually see how much olive oil he's got, but I would suspect it's probably going to be a decent amount, especially considering the trade is going to be pulling in quite a bit. So you're absolutely right, Core. That could definitely be a way to do it. Okay, Siege is backed out. The slightest detection of reflection, and he says, no, I don't want it. Sorry. These guys are very much... I mean, we're getting to the pointing out of the stick when it comes to the Outback Octagon now. So these players know how important it is not to make mistakes. And of course, you can't make a mistake if you don't make a decision. Though arguably not making a decision is a mistake. I'll tell you that. You don't want to have that analysis paralysis. Let's check in over on that west side. There's the trades coming through. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Is there any way... I don't think there's a way for us to check how much olive oil Sass has got, actually. You know, that's a problem with our UI. Maybe we need, like, an option to hover over the flag, and it's like, 4,000 olive oil. Let's check in. See how we got... Oh, we got trade coming in from CSO. Once again, it looks really bad. 27 gold. Where did he put the market down? Is he doing neutral? Oh, he's going to the dock here. I mean, he's got the outpost, or the trade market... Excuse me. He's got the trading post in his base. What number is this? 30? There's no way it's 30. 30? Where is he trading to? Or from? Will we hear the sacred site? Oh god, this is the worst. This is the worst trade. This is the worst trade route in the history of trade routes. Oh my god, it's so inefficient. Look at this trade route. Oh god. It's terrible. Okay, he's going for it. He's going for it. Now, what you want to do is you want to time this so it hits perfectly. So now you want to drop the wonder at the exact same time. You want to drop that wonder because then it will tell them Sass is building a wonder and you want them to try and get confused when this is happening. Because now that you've done this, there's a good chance they're going to say, hey, we got to take out Sass together. That's the problem. Oh my god, look at that army, dude. That army is incredible. So this right here is, I mean, he's not walling it up. That's the other thing to know. I feel like you should probably wall it up. Like, you almost want to fake going for the wonder victory. Or going for the sacred victory while the real money is the wonder victory. It's like the security. Let's check on that east side. I want to have a look at Numadan. Where's the army for Numadan, actually? It's over here on the east. It's got decent control so far. Both sacred sites. Still up and running. Protection for this sacred site. Not looking the healthiest just yet. Can hear them chatting away. What do we got? Only horsemen unlimited. Agree, I am. Sass got sacred. I'm the only one who have trade. I have no gold. In 1/8 of map. Needs sight. You can decap. Needs sight. You can decap. At 1 hour and 25 minutes, by the way. I love that, dude. I remember playing FFA and I'd take the sights at like 9 minutes and be like, it's just for gold, guys. And I'd literally get 1v7'd. It's like, no, it's just for gold, guys. Let's see if he's able to work that one out in here. Now, what's interesting is that CSO said he's the only one trading. He might not realize that Sass actually is trading. He is trading more fearsomely than Wham was. You remember how good Wham was back in those days when he was trading like a madman? Well, of course, it's not the case here. What do we got going on here? A bit of a stone. Oh, I like it. I like it. Is he going for it? I think he's going for it. Yeah, he's going for it. He's stonewalling across. Exactly what he needs to be doing. Yeah, you 100% want to do this just so the enemy has to bring their siege up to clear this wall. And then you want to put another wall down here. It's expensive. It's probably 300 stone. Absolutely worth it, though. To get the siege up there and do it, it just takes so long. It's so frustrating. We've got ourselves a little bit of a quick wall across the top. He's going to delay it for a moment. We don't really see units moving out there. Back towards the south, the strategy continues. The tactics continue. I'm farming there. No space. It is our secret. I won't go. I think he's asking, like, please let me trade. I need to trade. I mean, worst case, no, I was going to say you could trade, like you could do ocean trading. It's not worth it at all. This distance is way too short. What's the alternative? Yeah, there's no real alternative. Dude, I can't believe that trade route. That trade route was the saddest trade route. I mean, I don't know why CSO doesn't just put a market over here, man. Like, literally just drop a market right there and trade with the neutral trade post. You'll be getting heaps of gold. Like, it's not going to be 153 a trip, but it's still going to be 152. It's probably going to be like 60, 70 per trip, which is absolutely okay. Like, the difference between 152 a trip and 70 per trip is very, very small. It's still there. It's just that it's not as big. Now, what's interesting is that neither player are decapping yet. Now, to be fair, if you walked an army in here, you'd probably decap this site. Where is his army, by the way? Where is the army? Has he got an army? He's got an army. 113 military pop. It's just kind of chilling out. It's just everywhere. He's got elephants and cataphracts in here. He's just hanging out. Sacred time is at 6 minutes 40. No one's really looking at him. Could this be a classic case of, hey, I'm just using the sacred side for gold. Don't worry, you can decap if you like. You can see CSO saying, we should decap. Yeah, please, yeah, decap. All right, we see 2 knights come onto the site. He is decapping. I mean, he's sitting at 2.3k gold, by the way. He's not doing it for gold. What's the play? Is he gauging them? Is he just checking in to see, okay, what are the numbers looking like? Sacred site at 6 minutes 20. He says, it's all right, I'll decap it. Reveals his army here. And stops it for now. So we're back to square one. As I said, I definitely feel like there's a world where you could have gone for the wonder and gone for the sacred site at the same time. Like some stone walls up here just to convince them that, hey, yeah, this is the real threat. Outpost up here. Now, another thing that CSO should be doing is he should be calling out the fact that this trade is happening. And he can click on these traders and see, holy shit, that's a lot of resources. Let's check the guild halls. Wow, okay. Both of these players, they are absolutely committing to this guild hall. We are talking 60,000 resources in these guild halls. 35k plus 27k. That's a lot of resources. Okay. Is the reason that they're putting these walls up to stop the potential for demo ships? Is that what's happening here? That could be the case. Maybe just to confuse the unit. Oh my god, he's really adding in the walls now. Let's check in. Back towards the middle of the map. A little bit of siege that's gone through. But definitely still our stalemate. This is where I feel like it would be so cool to have the option. Like, we can't do it because, well, we can't do it just because it's Age of Empires 4, but like having the option to like give care packages to people or put things like points of interest or ways that we could interact with the players. That would be kind of sick. Actually, now that I think about it, you probably could do something along those lines where like every 10 minutes something happens. Oh, you know what? Oh, okay. Oh, for Outback Octagon 5, I will prep that. I will absolutely prep that. Oh man, that's an idea right there. You know, like we take the points of interest that are in the Crucible and we mod them into the game of FFA somehow, and we make it that they like randomly spawn on the map somewhere. And like, you don't get to choose where it is, but it's just like, okay, 10 minutes is coming up here. What's it going to be? Like, it's the giant trebuchet. Like, you know, as an example. We'd obviously have to iron it out a little bit more than that. But you could do something like that because, like, when it comes to these positions here, you need to find a way to break the deadlock. Now, to be fair, like, this is rare that you see this happen, right? We saw it once in Outback Octagon 3. We're seeing it once happen here. There needs to be that way to convince players or to make players attack. These guys. Can anybody tell me, because we've got chat here, we've got Twitch chat here with us. In that 4-hour stone game that we saw, like the map, the stone map basically, who were the players, the final 4? It was, if I remember correctly, it was Faye, Core, CSO, and Averley, I want to say. Who was the teal player in the east of the map? I don't remember who it was exactly, but anyway. I'm thinking it through. I'm like, hold on, are we seeing? Oh, Duyakusi, yeah, Duyakusi, thank you, yes. Okay, it wasn't CSO. I was like thinking through, I'm like, hold on, are these the same players that we've got again? Like, there's a common denominator here that we're seeing in these games. But as I said, like, I think it's just one of those things that happens when you hit a situation like this, where you've got no clear victor, 3 corners, 3 people are safe. Like, I think the one differentiator here is the fact that Sass is absolutely in prime position. Right? Like, the market is kicking out a huge amount of gold for him. He's got enough stone in the bank to make the wonder. It really just comes down to circumstances. So I feel like, and once Sass drops the wonder, I mean, we've seen people delete wonders before, right? Like, it's possible that the wonder doesn't result in victory or defeat for the player. But it's rare that that happens. Let's check in. Back over towards east side, checking with the guild halls. 29,000 in this bad boy. Got attack starting to come through. 38,000 on the south side. Gosh. And that's the thing, right? Like, neither of these players feel like they're being forced to take out the gold. I mean, CSO's on 18k gold now. You know, with this piddly little trade route that he's doing. Oh, he did finally drop down the market, actually. That's good. Yeah, 70 gold. Yeah, like, this is great. This is absolutely wonderful. Okay. Mangonel's moving up. We're going to try and find a way through. A lot of cannons here as well. Numbers looking decent for Numadan. He's down to 41 villages, so he's done the Vil delete. Both of these guys deleting to very similar amounts of villages. Huge armies for them both. Numadan with 98,000 food in the bank, by the way. 30,000 wood. 1,500 stone. And 30,000 gold in the guild hall. So he's got so many resources. Honestly, for Numadan, yeah, I was about to say, the only thing Numadan needs to do at this stage is bring up Vils to put down production. That's literally it. Make sure you've got knights ready to come. And it looks like we may have a potential 2-on-1 situation that may break the deadlock once again. Stonewall's been deleted. And CSO now, he's got 12 mangonels out with 37 in queue. Has he taken the gold? Not yet. 38k gold in the back. Oh Lord, is it happening? 95 minutes into this game. And both players from the east and from the north, the politics, I don't know exactly what's gone down here. But it looks like we've got ourselves a little bit of a squeeze happening. The question's going to be about whether or not they actually commit to it. Because we've seen this happen before, and often players will just go their separate ways, but it's a bit of a hard spot here. CSO's going to try his best to push out, get an early lead on this. A lot of walls in here. I've been deleting walls. Look at the walls. They're kind of messing him up. Revoltaquin coming out as well. Mango's in the back as the splits come through. It's a lot of siege. And naturally, you can see Numadan moves away. He says, that's a lot of siege. We can't do it. But the question is about how far he moves. Because one of the things I'd love to see is you want to move away, but then you want to come back. And that's the most important thing of FFA, is whenever you're in this kind of like 2v1 situation, you want to tear them apart, but you got to tear slowly. You got to tear slowly. A little bit here, a little bit there. And now making his way in through the palisade walls. How are we doing over here, Numadan? Reinforcements are on the way. And now a lot of units on the way to defend. Keep in mind, Sass with 150 military pop here. CSO could absolutely clean the house here if he tried. The mangonel numbers are incredible. They fire off. And immediately I think Sass is going to be like, ooh, shit. Okay, that's probably too much. There's a lot. You can't do that. Look how quickly CSO is crushing him. It's not even close. But now on the other side of the map, you can see what I was saying about tearing slowly. You want to make sure that you never directly engage the mammoth. You've got to poke the mammoth from behind. Stab it a little bit. Slow it down. And then you attack again from behind when it turns around. Keep in mind that king is safe inside the Red Palace. Guildhall has been taken. CSO at 62,000 gold now. Wow. What are you going to do with all that gold? And you can see how hard it is to defend into this position. This is right here is where you want to take sacred sites. Yeah. Now is the time to take sacred sites. Now is the time to put down the wonder. I would be dropping down both of these right now. Especially once this fight gets going as well. Beautiful fight on the south here. Absolutely epic. Let's get ourselves a little bit of cinema. Plenty of action here. So many Arbalatrias on the back, but the mangonels are just not gonna allow those Arbalatrias to reign supreme here today. Reinforcements coming in now for CSO. And how are we doing? We got more Lametanai now beginning to come through. Sass committing 100% to the 2v1. And how about Numadan? Numadan with 1,900 gold to his name. He's got 32,000 in the guild hall. Yet to click the button just yet, but keep an eye out for it. CSO, his trade completely shut down. Water now being taken as well by Sass. This is actually very nice. This is actually quite smart. If he can continue taking water, yeah, he's definitely in the best spot. I think Sass probably wins this game, right? I keep convincing myself Sass is going to win this game just because of the position that he's got. It's such a good position, such a strong position. It definitely feels like it's Sass's game to lose. Let's say that much. Carrick's on the shoreline. Interestingly, not clearing any of this out, these walls here. He could if he wanted to, but more reinforcements now going to come through. I'd be dropping more stables right now as well for Numadan. He's got 31k in the bank, so he can afford to drop another 300 stables if he wanted to. Probably not. Only 200 stables. Decent army here. A lot of cannons. Good speed on them as well. And you can see the amount that have just had this consecration being put through. It's almost every single production building that's in here. Lametanai on the back. CSO at 240 population max now. He's down to 207. A lot of resources in the bank still. 60,000 gold still. He's up to 19 mangoes. Still more of them coming out. I feel like maybe you want to throw down a couple more siege workshops here. John Dark returns to the battlefield. He's a bit worried about what that sound was. I'm like, what is that? Is that the sound of a wonder going up? Because it's the same sound, isn't it? It can be very, not concerning, but you can miss it 100%, the wonder going up. Did you hear that sound? Was that the sound? There's going to be a wonder that goes up any second here. I can feel it, dude. I can feel it. A wonder. Oh, my lord, they're doing it. Good luck. Good luck to them. 4 men, 4 corners. Well, now it's time to get down there and get dirty. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. There's no world where it's happening, man. Look at this. Mango madness here. 26 mangoes in here. How many Randys have we got as well? Trying to click them. There we go. We got 5 Reboldiquins. These mangonels will literally flatten anything. There is nothing that would survive this, as evidenced by the mangonels. That is ridiculous. Now, keep in mind, he's got the landmarks in the back and the king. So the only way you're killing him is getting through these walls. I mean, technically, you could treb him down if you wanted to. You could absolutely treb him down if you wanted to. And he's got the siege workshop that's at the front. Let's see if he makes the connection. It's still royal cannons for the moment. But you could definitely treb over this and take the kill. I think you have to think outside the box for situations like this. It's almost impossible to attack into, and you can see CSO just going with a little bit of a wall at the front here. Could bring these relics in to help hold on a little bit longer. Where's the king? King's gone down into the outpost. Need to keep an eye on him. Few walls over here on the west side for Sass. He's got walls up everywhere, dude. Look at this. He's gone for multiple layers. There's no way he doesn't win this. I mean, he's in such a good position. But Numadan's got a lot of resources. We can't count him out. I think it might even just come down to whoever gets the extra 50 pop. Sass up to 9,000 stone now. Mangoes. Oh, my lord. Even those elite royal knights with the royal bloodlines stand no chance against those mangonels. Cannon's going to come up here. Able to pick off the first of the cannons. More units rallying in. You can see, look at these reinforcements. A whole bunch of cataphracts now on the way as well. Remember earlier on in this game, these two were going at it head to head. Numadan and Sass. And now together, brothers in arms. They look to focus down CSO in the south of the map. Beautiful micro, beautiful control coming out from Numadan. Just baiting out these mangoes one at a time. Able to shut them down. And as long as you're able to pick them off from the safety of this distance, he's doing a wonderful job of just tearing it apart. And now the royal cannons on the south side. This is exactly what I was talking about. You want to tear slowly. Where is that king? He's all the way in the back of the base. Surely, yes, he is. He's all the way down to the south. Cataphracts could charge through if they wanted to and go grab the kill. Whether or not he puts 2 and 2 together. CSO now retreating back away from his landmarks. I don't know about that one, buddy. He wants to try and keep that king alive. He's doing everything he can. But the walls are going down. Remember, these are the last 2 landmarks that are standing. Previous landmarks have been knocked down. And this is it. The Red Palace going in. Keep in mind, the player who gets these 2 landmarks or gets the last landmark kill will get the point. Now the focus comes through. The point almost certainly goes to Sass here, but who's going to get the king kill and the victory? He's saying good luck, mate. Good luck. And now the last 2 fight amongst each other. Could the cataphracts charge in? That is my question. I think they probably could. Look at that king, dude. Oh, CSO. Oh, that's quite funny. Oh, the cannons are in. He's focusing Joan of Arc. He's got the wrong monarch, unfortunately. And now the royal cannons are getting focused down. He's going to try. He's clicking the king. He's trying to click the king. Oh, I think he's got it. Is he going to hit it? No, he's hitting the wrong unit. Not even I can click it, dude. You're gonna have to zoom in there if you want to get that. He gets all cleaned up, and now Numadan comes through. He says, "Hey, thanks." No, I'll grab this. I love that he brought the entire army down here. Look at the struggle that they've had behind this. This is incredible. Just all for this king. No, that's not him. Good try though. Let's see if we can get him on this volley. No, that was him. Yeah, yep. Okay, you got it. His accuracy was actually quite good, 50%. We'll give it to him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. I was going to say the prayer hall of Uqba, but it's not. What is it? It's the Cathedral of Divine Wisdom. 4 men, 4 corners, down to this. Sass takes the wonder in the corner of the map. Sass, you should also be taking the sacred site in the middle so that you have to... You get your enemy into 2 minds. Which way do I go? Where do I go? How do I go? More stone walls coming up as well. God, look at these stone walls. He is stonewalling everything. Right now, Sass is just... He's happy. He's a very happy boy. He has got lots of stone. Let's just put it that way. Oh, boy. Sass... He's got 500 stone left. Okay, so... If you ever wanted a good game or a good ending to a game like this, this is it. Right? Like, if Sass got the kill in this situation, now Sass is just defending his wonder with 300 pop, and he's over pop, so he can easily defend it, right? But in this situation here, where we see the guild hall has now been taken out, Numadan's got the gold in the bank, he's got the extra pop as well. So, if he wants to play ball, he absolutely can. I'd need, like, 57 vills. I mean, 57 vills are nice for building stuff, but that's it. You don't... So, he's also taken the sacred site as well. So he's got 2 victory conditions that are now coming through, 4 minutes apart, each of them. He's managed to sync them up quite well, so impressive job there, Sass, on your part. But now the question is, how does Numadan go about doing this? He's only got a single set of stone walls on this north side. So I think Sass could even go on the aggressive if he wanted to here. If he wanted to, like, try and put pressure onto this north side, I think that could be a decent avenue. Because... You got to remember that if you put pressure on this north side here, it's going to force, like, these units will come in, they'll decap the site. It's not going to be a discussion. But then they've got to try and come up here, and then they've got to make a decision. Do I split? Do I go into the base? Or do I allow these units to keep being annoying? And remember, this king is not protected. This king has been unprotected the entirety of this game. Like, we still could have dropped in here, and we just haven't. Can you imagine if, like, all the Lametanai just, like, if he just did a death drop right as that final king fell? You just death drop with 150 Lametanai across here, attack at the same time as building a wonder and taking the sacred sites. That would be very difficult to deal with. But now Sass going to be defending in this position as Numadan is maxed out, 300 out of 300 population. Sass with quite a few units in the queue. 197 Lametanai, 21 cataphracts, 36 hand cannoneers, and the Lametanai now going to start pushing up towards the front. You can see the Reboldiquin together. Oh my lord, there's a lot of cannons back here. He wants to make sure he doesn't lose these cannons. The knights come through on the back. They're going to do their best to try and block out against the Lametanai. Reboldiquin need to make sure that they're covering to the south. He's got a couple of them pointing in this direction, and the cannons managed to survive. He's got a really good number here. As long as he's able to neutralize the sacred sites, he should be fine. Mango's getting chased down, and all of a sudden, Numadan looking like he's in a very good spot. I tell you what, the secret is absolutely the cannons. Like, having these cannons is just so important. And now, sieging down all the buildings in the middle. Sacred site neutralized. Not only neutralized, but have a look at this from Numadan. Oh, ho, ho. I wasn't thinking about this, but I guess Numadan was. Not only is he neutralizing this sacred site, but he is also going to be attempting to capture it. Which means, is there a second monk that's making its way? There is a second one. How do we find him? Through the fire and the flames, the one man stands tall. And now the question is, in my mind, whether or not this monk gets sniped out by Sass. Because the undercut is coming through. We're at 11 minutes. He's decapping the site. Oh, we could have a ball game right here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. The decap just about to arrive as the monk gets to the site. He's having a little bit of problems right now. You can see the cannons got moved as the monk makes his way in. 10:58, sacred site neutralized. How we doing? How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. How long does it actually take to capture? I think about 30 seconds, right? So he should be left with about 20 seconds over the top. And so now it just becomes a game of making sure nobody steps on the sacred site except for you. So he's got about 30 seconds to play with. So if you're in Numadan's position, how do you play this one out? By the way, Numadan's got 8k stone somehow. I don't know where that came from, but well played. So what do you do in this position? I think number one thing is you stonewall in sacred site. Number two, stonewall in this as well. And then you put a lot of units in queue and you rally them towards this position. But at the very least, you need to bring up villagers, which is what he's doing now. And you need to secure these sites. So maybe even like, just to start off, just having palisade walls. Because Sass is going to do something cheeky, is going to do something sneaky. And you've got to be prepped for it. It's going to happen. So at the very least, see, yeah, like the keep is good at defending the sacred site. He's going to go for multiple keeps here as well. Okay, all right, I like it. The trouble is, remember, it's just about standing on the sacred site for long enough. So it's not about holding the sacred site. It's about just standing on it and denying the countdown. Because he's got about 30 seconds to play with. And if you allow your opponent onto that sacred site, by the way, Sass could just delete Vils and go for a massive attack here. And then as long as you neutralize the sacred site, I think you just win the game. Which is absolutely what he should be doing. Just gear up for that one big attack. Push down. You could even bring like dropships with marines and fire bats. No, they don't have fire bats in CS2, do they? SC2, CS2, CS2. Excuse me. We're Counter-Strike now. 9 minutes until one to defeat. The numbers continue to build. The Vils rallied across the map. I don't think he's got any Vils gathering resources other than, well, other than the Vils that are building. I think that's pretty much it. Like he's got quite a few here. Let's check in with Numadan and see. It's got 40 villagers building up here. Lametanai running down along the south side, trying to find a way through. Wants to hit that sacred site. Carrick's now coming out as well. Remember, it's all about just not allowing your enemy to touch that sacred site. We've got units coming in from the east. He's well and truly aware. He sees them coming through now through the stealth forest. Numadan holding out in the middle. 7 minutes and 53 seconds to go. 40, or rather 20 seconds difference. 20 seconds difference between these two? Did he stand on the sacred site? He must have been standing on the sacred site. There's only 23 seconds difference between them. That was like 30 seconds before, wasn't it? He must have had a little bit of a stand. As I said, like, this is where it comes down to the fact that, like, at the very least, you need to have stone walls. Like, I'm sorry, but you got to do it. It's not about winning with the sacred site. It's about just, well, not, rather, it is about winning with the sacred site. You got to hold. That's the key. It's a good army that he's got here. Is there any potential from the west? Keep an eye out for it. We don't see any movement just here yet. But remember, he could even look to drop like horsemen in here and run in, and like 30 horsemen right here, right now wins this game. That's literally it. 30 horsemen is all it takes to win this game. Numadan now. Gonna try and hold on against this huge army of cataphracts as they charge through, and we finally get to see them utilize their bonus as they make their way onto the siege. It's absolutely adorable, beautiful, disgusting, all of the descriptive words, and now he stands on the sacred site. No stone walls to protect him. 7 minutes versus 640. 7:55 versus 640. 6:50 versus 640. That's a big army. I don't think it would have mattered in the end. Numadan's lost everything. Those cataphracts, boy, oh boy. You know, at the end of the day, you might have the most attack, the most damage, the most armor, but you want to know what? That charge attack, that trample attack, that's really good, dude. That is incredibly good. The fact that you can bypass the front of the enemy completely, the fact that you can ignore their front line at all and just go straight for the siege is ridiculous. Reboldequin mean nothing. Arbalatrier mean nothing. Mangoes mean nothing. The cataphract reigns supreme when it comes to the late game. The sacred site is now decapped. 6 minutes remains until Wonder defeat. Now, this is where you got to start thinking. Okay, how am I going to win this? Numadan, what am I going to do? You can't go for any drops. Drops are out of the question. You don't have any real ability to do that. I mean, you could try and do a drop. Good luck to you. Do you go for... I don't even know, man, in this situation. Where's the king? King's still in the... The king is in the main town center. He never even got pushed to the sides. How do you play it from this spot? I think the answer's got to be a drop, right? You got to go for a drop and just hope they don't see it. I think that's realistically the only play that you've got here. But there's a scout literally in the middle of the map. Alternatively, you could do an army delete. The trouble is, you can't beat the cataphracts. How do you beat the cataphracts when they just do that every single time? Right, like, all you do is you trample to the enemy siege, you kill the siege, and now the siege is dead. And that's it. And, like, hand cannoneers in this mix isn't going to change this. The only thing that might actually change this, as weird as it sounds, is spearmen. The spearmen stop the charge. Do they not? If I remember correctly, the spearmen stop the charge. Okay. We got some good numbers coming through right now. Numadan with 274 military pop. He's down to 3,000 gold. Maybe spearmen could actually do it, honestly, now that I think about it. If you went for a whole bunch, like, and you wouldn't need a lot, like 20, 30 spears would be enough to intercept it, right? Right? I think so. Anyway, he doesn't have spearmen, so we have to leave it for now. But now Numadan with a massive push coming out here. He's gonna have to work through all of these walls, all of these docks. They've all got the demo ships loaded up, just like we said. Has he got all of the demo ships loaded across here? I'd have them all loaded as well and just like rallied over towards this position. Carracks are on standby, demo ships as well. Mango emplacements on the outposts. And now he needs to work it in slowly. And that's the thing, he's buying himself more time right now, Sass is. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on that sacred, or rather on that wonder timer. A lot of units in here. And this is the scary part, man. You can't even fight with your Reboldaquin because the Reboldaquin will just get sniped out by the cataphract. It looks like he's trying to, is he trying to bait out the charge from the cataphract? I think he might be. We see a couple of them. Demo ships! Demo ships! Do the demo ships finally look to make their connection? More from the north! Demo ships finally! Let's see the cataphracts hit that trample. 3 minutes until wonder defeat. Cinematic mode? Why not? Let's do a bit of cinematic mode. More demo ships. 2 explosions. He can't push through. He's having trouble. You can see just how much difficulty he's having. More demo ships coming up the rear, giving him a bit of a tickle. And now, oh, that was a very quick mouse movement right there. This is a tough position. We'll say that right now. Like, how do you even make it across here? You got 2 minutes and 30 left. The Carracks are bullying you back. Cannons just immediately return fire and say, "Shut up, Carrack. Shut up." Double demo out as well. He's looking for it. He's got more back here. And this is it, right? Like, you're trying to cross the mountain. Cannon emplacements? No, or no mango emplacements either. You're trying to cross, and it's so dangerous. Look at them swarming, dude. The demo ships are swarming. They're just sitting there daring him to cross. Go on. Try it. See what happens. And now, 2 minutes until wonder defeat. He's still got time here. He's still got time. Reinforcements still pumping at the moment, by the way. Numadan at 286 population. Vil count down to 25. Demos on the shoreline, able to pick up some arbalatriers here. We see 5 go down. Single wall segment sits here in the middle. And he's just going to go and commit. All of the night. Oh, that's a smart thing, actually. Why didn't I think of that? He can just run. No, don't go for the army. Just go for the wonder. Just go kill the wonder. It's only got 6,000 health. It's not walled in. You just go kill the wonder. No, what are you doing? Just go kill the wonder. What? Why didn't I think of that? Dude, that's a smart idea. It looks like he's kind of been caught a little bit out here. More units are rolling through on the back. Knights are going to make it across. The Vils are trying to do a quick wall. There's not a whole lot of Vils here to repair. He's only got 12 to his name. And with 1 minute to go, he's going to start the siege. That's a lot of Knights, actually. I'm going to say it right now. Probably a bit more than I was expecting. 47. The repairs coming through. I think he might get it, actually. Numadan right now attempting the impossible. Lament Knight coming through as well. It's down to half health. The Vils are repairing. He's only got 12 Vils to repair. The number's looking pretty. He's down to 28 Royal Knights. 2,000 health left on it, but he's out healing them. I think he does it. I think he survives. I think Sass has got the victory. I don't think there's any way that he's surviving through, and it just seems so obvious now in hindsight. It's like, why didn't he just bring the Knights? You got all these Knights. Why didn't you just send them over there? He does it. Sass, good game. Well played. Bro, with 12 villagers, he somehow manages to keep it alive. You know what's crazy? If he just killed these villagers, he probably would have killed it. They were doing so much work repairing. But at the end of the day, we make it to the 2-hour mark, and good game is called. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. What a game. Wow. Holy dooly. It took a while for us to get there. There was a little bit in the middle where I was a bit worried about it, but in the end, #1 position in this game goes over to Sass. Well played. Whew. I tell you what, that was good. That was great. Let's have a look at these numbers. In the end, look at the eco count for all of these players, realizing, hey, I've got so much in the bank, I don't need to worry about Vils. Military on the other side, you can see it just rockets up past the 200 mark. Let's take a look. Oh, my lord. I tell you what, that was a good ending. That was a good ending to a good game. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. If you don't want to see the scoreboard, for some reason, don't look at it. All right. We got Corvinus on #1, Puppy Paw on 2, and Daimyo on 3. From that game, we've got Aveli, who's up in 5th position here. And who else have we got? We've got, I'm having a look here. Numadan, he's down there in 9th, so he's managed to make his way up a little bit. And then Kilyardi, unfortunately, went out quite early, but Sass is up to 12th now, so he's definitely picked up some points. So he's had a good little run right there. That is for sure. But anyway, we will leave it there. Hopefully you've enjoyed this 2-hour marathon of a game in Outback Octagon 4. GG, well played.